Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook on Monday the 19th of December. So let's have a look at these markets. Before we do that, just as ever, look at the risk events that are due out today. We're starting off looking at this morning, and today there's very little news today. German business climate. It can create a bit of volatility, but it's not a major mover normally. And then we're sort of looking towards, we've got minutes and statements coming out. We've got minutes tomorrow, very early morning for the Aussie. Then we got the Japanese statement and conference coming out from it for interest rates. So that will be then. Tomorrow also CAD, but it's quite a quiet day really. When you look through it, a lot of it it's the CAD inflation data there Wednesday. It's not going to be like the US inflation data, which has obviously a knock-on effect everywhere, so it's pretty much kept to the CAD, and I think it could be a winding down week. We've got obviously school holidays right the way across the board now, and we tend to see lower volumes coming through at such a time. So it doesn't mean to say there won't be any volume or there won't be some volatility in these markets. So let's get on and look at the markets in detail, starting off with the euro dollar. Let's just hide that up because we don't need that on there. So euro dollar, well, it's opened up positively today. Last night it started the move off there, and it's pushing up at the moment. I still expect more upside on the euro overall. It's a bit ugly, and it's gone very ugly actually last week. You can see for the last 3 days, 3.5 days for today, it's predominantly been through a channel, really, effectively a range. It's in a bit of a range. It looks a bit soft. It sort of gave us a lower high through there into the Asian session. We'll see what develops this morning, but it's very hit and miss really there. The pound, let's just see if there's anything looking better. The pound had come off more last week with the more dovish Bank of England voting, etc. It does just look a 4-hourly sort of consolidation around the lows here. It just does look that bit softer. It too has a range, but a shorter term range, and it's a bit hit and miss. It has got its daily pivot above there at 122.40 ish. At the moment I'd almost be tempted to sell into that if it got there, but it might just not get there. Looking on the softer side there today. Dollar yen, let's just go through here. The dollar's looking soft against the yen here. It's as I said, we look some gaps in these markets this morning, and well, I say this morning, last night into the morning, but they've been filled, but it does look like we could see some further downside on this dollar yen. It's sort of just giving us lower highs, lower lows. We just watch. It's not an easy entry there. I mean, you could take a break of the lows there. I'm sure people will be buying into double tops, and it will be manipulated and sold or whatever, but not the clearest of markets. Similarly with the Aussie, it looked a lot softer on Friday, but it's not really continuing its route from there. It's if anything, it's capturing a decent, well, I say decent bounce, a bit of a bounce here, but I don't know, through the Asian session there, it finally sort of pulled back a bit. Again, it will be guidance to what it does today, but not really showing its hand too much at the moment. US dollar CAD, high lows coming through on the dailies, of course, high highs. It's been underperforming the other markets here. Certainly the US dollar's been holding up better, although pulling back a little bit at the moment. has got its daily pivot below. It is in a sort of little bear flag in the sort of shorter time frame here. Maybe it'll follow through into that. I'm just going to let these markets show their hand a little bit this morning, though. They're not. They're certainly far from being clear. That's okay. Let's have a look at gold. And well, gold Friday managed to pick up a little bit. It is sitting in this tightish range at the moment. But yeah, not really giving me too much of a clue. Just come down at least one time frame. There you go. Oh, that's quite interesting. This 4 hour, it's run into its weekly pivot there. Maybe if it starts selling off some more, it could be on for the S1. It's a bit of a mixed bag here. I guess we've had this sort of more bullish move on it, but again, you've got the consolidation. It's not clear to me. Oil. So oil Friday sold off. Today it sort of had a little switch up like everything else and is pulling off at the moment. Still looks on the softer side here with these lower highs that have been confirmed through on the dailies, and I think it would be probably easier if it starts breaking through its weekly pivot. Might just give it the support it needs, but a break through that and it's definitely in a more bearish zone for me. Right, quick look at the equity markets. We've seen a couple this morning. Let's just get a daily picture there. So CSI 300 coming off today, quite a bit down there actually relative to what we've seen recently. Let's just check. I've got dailies showing here. It's alright. It just looks a bit. These days look a lot smaller than I remember them. But anyway, just looking that bit softer. Yeah, I mean, it could be a sort of a flaggy sort of pattern in there. Maybe a break of the highs might do something, but for now, just looking soft. And Nikkei, that's also looking soft. It's confirmed lower highs. Has this gap underneath which it might fill tomorrow, but very, very soft. Nifty 50 up a little, lower high though. Overall, it's gone away from the sort of being the bullish market I was once looking at. I'm still plotting in my brain anyway. It's not on the chart. Let's just get rid of this old one. Just looking at this point across here somewhere. He says, there we go. So just looking at this level here, maybe a break above that would be more bullish, but nothing really positive to be said about at the moment. And the S&Ps have just really didn't like the data coming out last week, even though that the Feds are sort of speaking with full tongue. They're sort of doing one thing, speaking another, and I think it's overall the outlook for these markets is not so good now. Certainly softer here. We come down the time frames here, lower highs, lower lows. The smaller details really just showing us the weaknesses there. Now we have got a daily pivot above, which could be a draw at some stage, but overall it's not looking the prettiest of markets for the upside. It looks better for the downside, but either way I'd rather it pull back. Dow Jones similarly, same sort of picture here, sort of maybe the major divergences on both of these, broken the low of those. It sort of triggered the soft side of the market completely. Just finding a bit of support into its 50 at the moment, but it's daily 50 there. Just looking again, same picture, lower highs, looking soft. We do have the weekly and daily pivots above, which could, as I say, could just draw it up if the market starts moving back a bit further. Nasdaq remains the weakest of these markets, and well, it too sold off as the others in the last couple of days, and today's not starting too good either, but maybe the option for the short side. The DAX, well, another, it's very similar sort of price action here, looking soft. There's with the more bullish or hawkish outlook for the currency interest rate increases, it's certainly not going to do like the DAX a lot of favours at the moment. And just sort of looking at this little bear sort of movement and just thinking, well, got potential for more downside. Now it has got an untouched daily pivot above, but once again, just looking at what it's showing me at the moment is looking quite soft. Maybe a sell into that pivot if it gets there. FTSE, similar picture really. Seen that the sell-off, it didn't manage to spike up there the same as the others. It's just got lower highs, lower lows running through this. It is flagging where it's sitting here. Again, maybe it'll get up to that daily pivot which is above there, but if it starts failing the lows here, it was just as good as a go with back down to its monthly S1. Right, we will just have a quick look at the crypto markets. Let's just have a quick look at Bitcoin if you can. For some reason it doesn't want to come on. There we go. So Bitcoin, this is a daily chart, and again looking soft, and it hasn't done too much over the weekend. I think the only really big movement comes when the whales do something. It's not really looking great whatsoever. Lower highs coming through on Litecoin. It's just, again, I'm just looking through these. Bitcoin's actually held up better than the other markets to a degree. Cardano just really looking soft. Binance, again, it did okay over the weekend, but it's given it back this morning, and it's just in a really soft trend here. Ethereum, similar picture. It seems that everything I'm looking through here, Chainlink was supposed to be getting the bigger moves previously. This all looks really soft. The volatility seems to have dried up a little bit there as well. Raspberry Ripple, as it's more commonly known, lower highs coming through here, looking soft. Really for the crypto markets, they do remain in a very soft sort of picture. Okay, that's it for the video there. I wish you guys a good day. Morning, Michael, by the way. Have a great one, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye for now. Is that job done? So